If someone wants to order me to do something, that's fine, no problem. I'm happy to produce or perform any order, because I always charge for any order that's given to me.
So I'm aware that you have recorded members of my staff, and I know that possibly you're recording this now.
Oh, absolutely. I can record everything to do with the public. Even so, it says judge alone trial. So is that referring to the JP?
They hear defendant hearings within the Justice of the Peace jurisdiction as well.
G'day everybody. Bit of an update as to what's going on in regards to the order that was given to me on the defendant hearing. At the start of the day, on the 19th of May 2015, when I went to the defendant hearing for the defence, it was really cool because I knew that everybody else in there was being paid for their time. And I had already given the North Shore District Court and the New Zealand Police, the other two parties that I was aware of, both of them I'd given notice of my fee schedule for attending these sorts of matters. So there was no response whatsoever or any argument whatsoever, so I just left it be. I'd been given notice. But right at the start, we were called to be there at 9:30. The doors didn't even open in the court, in courtroom 4, until 10. That's when the JPs wandered in for the supposed judge alone trial. Didn't see a judge anywhere. Certainly nobody that's under the jurisdiction of the Judicial Conduct Commissioner, who deals with judges. But anyway, in this supposed criminal matter of speeding and failing to produce a driver's licence, they dragged me in there, and right at the start, Selwyn, who was the main Justice of the Peace, and Ron Cave, the other JP, was sitting just off to the side. He was more being the secretary than anything else. And Selwyn said he got me to confirm what the plea was, asked if I was ready, and I hadn't even seen a verifiable claim at that point, so I think I mentioned something about that. And then what happened after that was he mentioned that he had witnessed a video on YouTube to do with the preliminary hearing, and that was on the 17th of March 2015. It's part 3 he's talking about. Part 1 was me going there, part 2 was when Joanne, Joanne Price, her name was, she's the lawyer that decided to get up and walk out on me. That's exactly it. All I've tried to do is have discussion with
Stop being argumentative, Mark.
Argumentative is to clarify, is it not?
Stop being argumentative, Mark.
I wish to clarify it.
And there you go. Okay, I'm ending this now.
Person is one of 5 things, is it not?
I'm ending it now.
A corporation, sole body, corporate, natural person, legal person.
I can't deal with you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you can't understand that language. I'm sorry.
Lawyer.
That apparently the Standards Committee of the New Zealand Law Society finds that she was perfectly within her rights to get up and walk out. Apparently yelling at the prospective client and getting forceful and stern with people is perfectly okay, and everything's honky-dory as far as they're concerned. So we'll see what Richard Moss has to say about that one later on. Anyway, moving on. So Selwyn, reiterated, made sure what the plea was, and then said about this video. And he said that they knew it was filmed by me, that it was covertly done. Now bear in mind, I had a shirt on, I had a shirt pocket, and I had my phone and the camera sitting right frickin' there. Alright? There was no covert about it. It was right in fucking front of them. The camera was there. And I had given prior notice that I would be recording.
So I'm aware that you have recorded members of my staff, and I know that possibly you're recording
Oh, absolutely. I can record everything to do with the public.
And I also know that you post items on YouTube.
Sure, absolutely, which is my right to do so.
My staff as well, their privacy and actually having that displayed in public, I'd appreciate it if you didn't record. If you are recording, if you advise them that you're recording. If they're happy to do that's fine. Then, with regards to recording in a public place, yes, it is a public place. There's no rule which people recording in a public area can record. But if you're wishing to record in court tomorrow, then you need to make a request to do that.
If I wished to record in court, I would have thought that I could do as I wish.
Well, you'll be requested to start some recording device.
That would be fine. No, it's not. These are ambiguous words, and a request can be made. If someone wants to order me to do something, that's fine, no problem. I'm happy to produce or perform any order, because I always charge for any order that's given to me. If someone wants to order me to do something, that's fine, no problem. I'm happy to produce or perform any order, because I always charge for any order that's given to me.
And we're like the facilitators of we've got the prosecutors come in and the judicial officers, and we are in the middle of that.
Sure. Sorry, what was your name again?
My name's Carl Lewins.
Thank you, Carl. I mean, my understanding was that it was a civil enforcement sort of thing here, but now I'm finding out that you guys deal with criminal cases, and for it to be a crime, surely it must have a harm, loss or injury. And they're all saying no. And I'm saying, well, so is this a criminal, is there a crime? Is there a corpus delicti? Is there an injured party? And they're saying, well, there doesn't have to be.
It's an infringement.
Okay, so is an infringement a wrong?
It's something which falls under the jurisdiction of the Justice of the Peace, and that's why it's been held in that court.
So it says judge alone trial, so is that referring to the JP?
They hear defendant hearings within the Justice of the Peace jurisdiction as well.
As I was a party to the proceedings, I had a right to record it. End of story. And I gave notice to all the parties that I would be doing so. So the judge had an issue with the fact that I'd done that recording, and it was part 3.
Likewise, Mr. King has been seen and he wishes to not be released of both charges.
Thank you. So, in respect to these 2 charges, I do not believe has been committed. Both these matters will be adjourned. They'll be adjourned to the 19th of May, 1 May. Quickly. Mr. King, on that day, come prepared for the judge alone trial. Yes. Bring along all your evidence that you want to present, and the police will do likewise. We on the bench, whether it be us or somebody else, with their neutral stance, to listen and make a decision one way or the other. All right.
And first order of business, so to speak, was Selwyn giving me an order to remove it. Now, before I got there, he had also written a document entitled Acknowledgement by Mark Donald Eric Keane, my person's full capitalised name. And he demanded that I signed that or be arrested for contempt of court. It was an acknowledgement stating that that apparently I had, I think, recorded judicial officers and that I was aware there was no recordings. It was just basically something to say that I was aware that I wasn't allowed to do something and all of this shit. So I signed it under duress and protest. I asked if I could take it away and get some legal advice on it. He refused me to be able to do that, and I even got to the point where I said to him, are you going to physically come and make my hand sign this? And I spent about 6 minutes reading through it. He got really angry with me because I was taking so long, but I got a second copy of the document off of the registrar, and I signed and wrote under protest duress on both of them, so they had a copy and I also had a copy from my records, which has turned out quite handy because I still have it. I also got the court transcripts of that entire thing where he's giving me the order and saying this whole covert shit. So I have that stating that he gave me the order. I have an email from Carl Lewins on the 21st of May, 2 days after the defendant hearing, where I had asked him specifically who authored that document that he forced me to sign. And he says it was Selwyn and Ron had authored the document, which is Ron K, the other JP, although Selwyn was the one who was uttering the order, so that is why I'm invoicing him. Now back, I've had other matters to attend to. I can't just devote my entire life to being a complete arsehole to these guys. I do have a life to lead, and I did have some surgery at the end of 2015, so I was sort of out of commission for a while, but